Alright, so today I want to showcase you some interesting gadgets and tools that are great for everyday carry. Some of them I found online, some of them I found offline, but all of them have great utility and you can definitely put them in your everyday carry kit. Coming up in this video, let's go. Hi, my name is Ayan and on this channel I help you find the right tools for your daily life adventures, and sometimes you found these tools almost randomly, and that's what I have got here. A box full of tools, accessories, gadgets that you could use for your everyday carry kit. So without further ado, let me showcase you all one by one on overhead camera, and you can find the links to buy them in the description below. So let's go. Alright, so here we are on the overhead camera and let me showcase you all the tools one by one, starting from this. So this is a very small utility knife that I have found on Amazon, and this comes in a keychain form factor. So over here you could see this is a metallic construction, and let me bring it closer to the camera for you to see it properly. So this one is a metallic structure. I think this is made up of brass, and this one has a keychain on the back, and this has two actions. So if you want to deploy it, you could just push it one like this, and then a small blade comes out. It's like a surgical blade, really sharp, have edges on both the sides, so it's a very sharp and very good for all kind of things. But if you want to fully deploy the blade, then you can also push it out one more time, and over here you can see the full length of the blade is deployed like this. And this is a great tool for everyday carry needs, especially for the places where you cannot take the knife. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put out this keychain and I can use it in my necklace, so no one will know that I'm carrying a small blade with me all the time, and that's great for the places which are not allowing everyday carry knives or blades with you. But yeah, as I was mentioning, it's a really great tool for opening boxes and things like that. So you could see this one is really sharp, and I'm definitely going to be using it, putting in my everyday carry kit. Not that expensive, and link will be in the description if you want to pick it up. But yeah, that's the first tool that I wanted to show you. Alright, let's see what we have next. So moving to the next tool, this is something really interesting that I like to showcase to you. So this one is a multi-tool, and usually this sort of multi-tool comes in a really big form factor, but this one is really small, as you could see, because this has a full size plier, and pliers are great for everyday carry things. And even when you are buying a Swiss Army knife or pry bars, you cannot get to the plier functionality, but this one is a different. I think it only comes for 300-400 rupees, and this one has a plier functionality, and this one folds in very small form factor, as you could see, like this. So no one even will know that you are carrying a plier, but it's great for everyday carry needs and things like that. But that's not all. On the either side of the tool, you have a few other tools. So you have a pry bar, a flathead screwdriver, you have a small file, or a pry bar, or a bottle opener, and on the other side you get a blade, I believe. So it's a bit hard to deploy, but yeah, you also get a blade, and look at that, you also get a small Phillips screwdriver. So I would say it's a great tool. Definitely don't expect a lot from it because it's a very small form factor and you don't get full leverage for this, but at this price point and at this form factor, I think it's a great addition in your everyday carry. So yeah, that was the tool number 2. Link will be in the description again. If you're looking for something similar but in a bigger size, and look for this tool. It's called Stanley Fatmax, and this one is a full-size multi-tool. It's a great replacement for Leatherman because Leatherman comes really expensive, but you could find this one for almost under 2000 rupees, and this one has a full spring-loaded pliers, as you can see. And not just that, it has a plethora of multi-tools on either side. So you get a knife which also has a serrated end, and this one comes with a liner lock, so this knife is not going anywhere. You can use it for cutting and opening Amazon packages, and if you want to redeploy it, you just have to put the liner lock back. And then you have your plethora of multi-tool, as I mentioned. You have your pry bars, you have your bottle openers, you have your scale, you also have a file, and on the other side you also have another pry bar, you have a Phillips head, and look at that, you also get a scissor, which is amazing. And the scissor is good, I would say. It's not the best like Victorinox, but it's still decent and get the job done. So this was the second tool, the Stanley Fatmax multi-tool, and you can find them on Amazon. Alright, continuing and talking about the tools, this is something that I also found on Amazon, and this one is a sort of a everyday carry screwdriver, but it does a lot of things. So over here you could see you get a small blade, which is great everyday carry utility knife, so that you can use for opening Amazon packages, things like that. But that's the only thing that you will get, not any other multi-tool or pry bar or things like that. And over here you get a lot of different sizes bits, and this attaches magnetically to this particular handle, handle, and then you could use this as a leverage to have a screw action, and you can remove it back because it's all magnetically attached. This will goes back in this section, and over here you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different bits, and I think it's a standard size bit, so you can also replace it with the one that you find in Xiaomi and things like that. But yeah, I would say it's a really innovative tool, and you can also have it in your everyday carry kit. A screwdriver is a great functionality tool. With a knife, I would say it's a great bang for the bucks. Coming up, I think for 600 rupees, not bad of a deal, and you will also find the link in the description. But yeah, that was a tool number 3 that I wanted to show you. Alright, something interesting that I find in the local market in Melbourne is this, and no, this is not a fork, but this is actually something that you could use to scratch your back, and this one has a telescopic function. I found this really interesting because it's a really small form factor, and sometimes you really need a second hand to scratch your backs and things like that, and that's what I'm going to be using it for. Another interesting tool. I don't know how much it costs for, but if I can find similar link online, I will put it in the description below. The next thing in the list is this. So what is this? This is called a flint rod, and this is something that you could use as a fire starter when you're going on camping, and you could find both of them on Amazon. So basically what you need to do, you need to first scratch the black layer on top of it using this particular thing, and then this can be used to start fire, especially when you are camping. And starting a fire is a great skill to have. If you don't already know it, then start learning it. You can learn it using YouTube videos. But what you essentially need to do, you need to have this tool, and then you need to just rub it against each other using the friction. But it's actually really hard to show it on camera, but let me try one more time. So if you really rub it against that, something that you could use to generate fire, and I'm not gonna do it more and create fire hazards in my studio, but yeah, that's a great fire starter for your camping needs, and it can really last you a long time. Alright, talking about the next thing is this, which I found on Decathlon store. So this one is a knife sharpener. So if you have a knife that you have bought from Decathlon, on any knife which has a 10 to 20 degree angle, then you can use to sharpen it. So this one has two different sides. One is made up of carbide and the other one is made up of ceramic. So what you need to do, you need to just put it like this and just start rubbing it against the carbide section, and this will sharpen your knife really well. And after doing this for 5 to 7 minutes, then you could move to the ceramic section and then give you the final edge of the knife. And this knife sharpener is a really good, not that expensive. I think it's come for around 600-700 rupees, which is great for sharpening your knives, especially the knife that you get at Decathlon. But make sure the edge of the knife is 10 to 20 degree, otherwise it will not work. The next thing on my list is this multi-USB cable by InChargeX, and I have this in my collection for a very long time, so I recently picked one more. So this is a small multi-USB cable that you could use to charge multiple devices, and you can attach it to your keychain. It also has this magnetic action, and if you look closely over here, you can find the full-size USB port. Over here you can find a USB-C, but this detaches like this, and you get the lightning for your Apple devices. And this lightning port also double up as a USB micro port. If you look closely, it's not visible on the camera, but you can also use it to charge USB micro devices, which are very rare these days, but it's good to have. And over this side you get another USB-C, so you could use USB-C to USB-C, full-size USB to USB-C, USB-C to lightning, full-size USB to lightning, and micro USB. So very small form factor cable, but it supports fast charging up to I think 240 watts. I'm not sure, but it's great for data transfer as well. The cable is braided, so it's very rugged and it's not gonna break very easily. Again, magnetic action, very small form factor, comes for around 2000 rupees. I think it's great for everyday carry kit, especially when you are traveling abroad. Alright, let me show you another thing that I recently got. So this is something that I was looking for a very long time, and I'll tell you the reason. So let me first tell you what it is. So it is a holder to carry your AirPods or any wireless or earphone these days. And the thing that I really find the need for this one is when I was traveling by plane recently, after some small turbulence, one of the AirPods fly away from my ear, and it was really hard to find it back. I had to call the cabin crew to get my AirPod back. So that's why I decided to buy this. So this one keeps your AirPod from flying away, especially when you are traveling on a bumpy roads or on flight. So yeah, a very cheap thing, but adds a great utility for my travel needs. So that's why I picked it up. It's available on Amazon India, and this one is also magnetic, so you can attach it and keep it whenever you are traveling. So the next thing in the list which I recently picked is this magnetic currency bill sort of a holder, and this one you can use to carry your currency bills, especially for me because I use minimalist slim wallets and there is no scope of carrying a lot of currency bills. So when I'm traveling and I need to carry a lot of currency bills, I can use this magnetic currency note holder like this, and this one really keeps them organized. You can use it with a lot of currency notes, so that really take care of it. And yeah, I also find this on a local market in Melbourne, but I will find a link to an alternate on Amazon, so you can also pick it up. Alright, so the last thing in my list is the cigar travel box that I also found on Amazon. This one is made up of leather and it's absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, over here you could store 4 or 5 different cigars. So for now, currently I have this one cigar, which is the Gurkha Havana Legend. And yeah, I think it can easily store 4 to 6 different cigars, so depending on the size and the shape, of course. But yeah, it's really great for travel, especially if you are a cigar enthusiast like me. And on the front, you get this one. This is the guillotine cutter, which also comes with this particular case, but you can also supply it on your own. And overall, it looks a really fancy, really good form factor, and it can keep your cigars locked in away from moisture. That's what recommended. It's not a humidor, but again, it's still better than having your cigars carry without any cover. So yeah, these were all the tools that I wanted to showcase you in this video. Let me know in the comment section which one you like the most and which one you are picking. And if you want to check out what I carry in my everyday carry kit, then definitely check out this video. And if you want to check out my recommendation for everyday carry items that every man should carry, then definitely check out this video. Thanks for staying till the very end, and I'm gonna see you in the next one.